Okay. Two things to remember about patents and two things to remember about trademarks. Again, this is the most important aspect of the presentation. This is what I want you to all remember. So, you come up with an idea for a new product, a new service, a new business, something that may or may not be patentable, but you think it might be a great idea. What is the most important thing to remember? What should you always do? Well, keep it a secret. Keep it a secret until you have an opportunity to speak to a patent professional like me who can help you determine whether or not it's patentable and what you should do to protect it. Because if you don't do that, there is a possibility you will not be able to obtain patent protection in Canada, the United States, and elsewhere in the world. So any sort of offer for sale, any sort of public disclosure, a tweet, an Instagram posting, a white paper, a blog, a presentation like this, anything may possibly constitute a bar to you obtaining a patent. Even a casual meeting with your neighbor. If your neighbor or if the person you're speaking to, your potential investor, your banker, whatever, is not under a non-disclosure agreement, I'm sure those of you who are around here have heard what a non-disclosure agreement is. If you're not under a non-disclosure agreement, or as I like to call it sometimes, the cone of silence, if you're not under a non-disclosure agreement, even a casual meeting with your neighbor to discuss your idea could possibly prevent you from ultimately obtaining a patent. Because the whole idea of patents is we grant monopolies for things that are new. Okay, that's the whole deal. You disclose everything about your invention, and if it's new and if it meets the standard for patentability, we'll give you a monopoly for a certain period of time. But if you've disclosed your invention to the public, it's not new. And so therefore you shouldn't be entitled to a patent. So that's number one that I really want you to remember. Okay, thing two, what's the second most important thing that I'd like you to remember today? It's all about the patent claims. Okay, well, patent claims, well, what are those? Well, if you read a patent, as those of you who come across a patent, well, what do you think a patent contains? It contains drawings of what the invention looks like. It contains a description of what the invention is about and how it works and how it can be put into a practice. And then there's these arcane words at the end of every patent called the claims. Okay? And the claims define the monopoly. The claims define the invention. So whenever anybody puts a patent in front of you, maybe they want to enforce it against you, maybe they want to get you to buy it, just read the claims. They're not that hard to understand. I call it the Goldilocks theory of patent claim drafting, okay? You don't want your patents to be too broad. You don't want them to be too narrow. You want them to be just right. If they're too broad, well, then they're not new. So they could be invalid. If they're too narrow, someone can design around them, and there's not much point having a patent if it's really easy to design around your patent claims. So you want them to be just right. Okay, what am I talking about when I talk about patent claims? Well, here's some arcane language. Let's see if in the audience you can figure out what this is. I always told you you're not supposed to read when you're giving a presentation, so I'll do my very best to, I can't memorize this. This is a computer-implemented method of controlling a portable electronic device comprising a touch-sensitive display, comprising a couple of steps: detecting contact with the touch-sensitive display while the device is in a user interface lock state, transitioning the device to a user interface unlock state if the detected contact corresponds to a predefined gesture, maintaining the device in the user interface lock state if the detected contact does not correspond to the predefined gesture. Finally, characterized by moving an unlock image along a predefined display path on the touch-sensitive display in accordance with the contact, wherein the unlock image is a graphical, interactive user interface object with which a user interacts in order to unlock the device. There, I read it all. What am I talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that is the patented claim for the unlock device that you see on your iPhones, and that is a patent claim for defining that particular invention. It's not too broad, it's not too narrow, it's just right.
Hi, I'm Amber Mack, and if you like this video, click to subscribe to the Breakout Project channel to watch more videos just like this one.